things, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to define them as if the person reading them knows nothing about what you're writing. Right? So what kind of words do you think we could use between kidneys, lungs, and digestion?
External respiration.
Maybe. What else?
Pulmonary ventilation.
Pulmonary ventilation? Maybe.
Tidal volume.
Tidal volume? Maybe.
Nephron.
Nephron?
Masticate.
Mastication? Deglutition? Deglutition?
Come again?
What was that again?
Swallowing? Deglutition? Micturition?
How do you spell deglutition again?
Deglutition. Emulsification, how about that one?
Yeah.
What is it? What did you say?
Emulsification. How about digestion? Unique word, right? Metabolism. Not gonna happen. What about, let's see, respiration.
Like acute asthma attack?
No, we're supposed to be studying normal anatomy and physiology. Sometimes we'll talk about unique things, but not that one. How about conducting zone? Anatomical dead space. Respiratory zone. Those kinds of things. Let's talk about, let's see, in the kidneys. Tubule. Urinary tubule. Nephron we already talked about. Bowman's capsule. Glomerulus. What's a goblet cell? I know that's not urinary, but
It's digestive.
Secretes mucus?
goblet cell
Yeah.
is for turkeys.
One point if I put down turkey.
Goblet cell creates mucus, secretes mucus, makes things slippery.
Gobble, gobble.
Oh
Kim?
my God, Kim.
No, I got it.
No, you didn't. After
now
Becca
she did.
explained it.
Because I thought
Okay, okay, let's move on. How
This is
about,
America.
let's see. Plica circularis.
How do you spell that?
I don't know.
P-L-I-C-A.
Plica circularis, Plicae, I don't remember. Circularis, like surrounding. Go look it up. Plica
Hashtag that
circularis.
will not be what I'm defining.
How about
Fluid.
Rugae? That'd be a good one, thanks. How about colon? Alimentary canal.
What's the whole
I'm not spelling it for you, but it starts with an A. I'm trying to think, what else? I did deglutition, micturition, mastication,
appendicitis?
no.
Shut down.
That one's easy.
No.
But you're only gonna have to do 6, and I've already given you like 30 of potentials, right? Okay, so I'm not sure what the bonus questions will be yet, I'll have to figure out something.
Said that
So
last.
just think about how many slides you've looked at under the microscope.
None.
What tissues did I have you know for looking in the microscope?
Was it the
Only
alveoli?
one that I know of,
The alveoli?
alveoli. I would make sure I can recognize that under the microscope.
What if it's only one,
Ah.
do we know which one it is?
Huh?
What if it's only one microscope, don't we know which one it is?
You might. It might have a different question. Like if I were to put under the microscope, stratified, ciliated, pseudostratified ciliated, columnar, epithelial tissue, what's the function of the cilia?
To brush along particles.
But what does it do in the
Increase the
respiratory
surface
system?
area.
In the respiratory system.
Yeah, it increases surface area and it brushes along particles.
It's gotta trap them first, right?
Yeah.
And then move them out, moves them out, and you cough them out or spit them up. So it helps also remove pathogens, move particles, move dust, just different things, but with the mucus. I would know, like, what's the function of the concha?
Increases air turbulence.
Warmth and moistens air and turbinates it, turbulence, creates spinning, turbines, spinning. I would know the parts of the pharynx, oro, laryngo, nasopharynx. I would know some functions of things, like what's the functions of nasal cavities or sinuses? What's the function of the vocal cords or the larynx? I would know the branches of the respiratory system. At least trachea, primary bronchi, secondary bronchiectasis, down to terminal bronchioles, into alveolar duct, respiratory ducts, alveolar ducts, alveoli. From a respiratory standpoint, what does the epiglottis do?
It keeps like food.
Okay, so I might
from
know
entering passages.
that or be able to identify what's the structure that keeps food from entering the trachea. Can go both ways, right? What structure physically ends the larynx? The area of the larynx. If it starts at the epiglottis, what does it end at?
The larynx?
Larynx, what does it end at? What's that last thing?
Thyroid gland? Does it end at the thyroid gland? Huh?
Cricoid cartilage, the cricoid cartilage. So what's the thyroid cartilage, that structure on the thyroid cartilage that sticks out really far?
Laryngeal prominence.
Laryngeal prominence, what else is the slang word for it?
Adam's
Adam's
apple.
apple.
Yeah, don't write that. Okay. Be able to tell the different parts of the tubule, proximal, distal, loop, collecting duct, papilla, calyx, minor, major, renal pelvis, ureter. What's the name of the capillaries around the juxtamedullary nephrons called?
Paratubulum.
Wait, say that again? What is it?
Vasorecta. Remember the vasorecta? The peritubular capillaries around cortical nephrons. Can you identify afferent, efferent arteriole coming out of the glomerulus? Okay. Okay, on the liver, can you know where the hepatic portal vein is? Do you know what it's called when you have sugar in your urine? What it's called?
Diaphanous.
Something urea, glucose urea, sugar in your urine, glucose urea. What's it a sign of?
Diabetes.
Diabetes. You know about the teeth, right? Primary, or the types of teeth, number of teeth, and the major section crown root and neck. And what's the crown made of mostly?
Enamel.
Enamel. What's the function of the gallbladder?
It's a big bile.
Stores bile. Doesn't make it, it stores it. Where's bile made?
Spleen.
In the kidney?
No, spleen.
In the spleen?
Liver.
Try another place.
Liver.
In the liver?
Yeah.
How about the liver? And how does it get to the small intestine?
Through
From the gallbladder.
Common
What's the-
hepatic duct,
Yeah, what's right out of the gallbladder called?
bile duct.
Cystic
cystic.
duct. The cystic duct. That's why I make sure I know the difference between what's coming directly out of the liver, what's coming out of the gallbladder, when they join, what's it called, and where does it go to on the small intestine? And it joins in with the pancreatic duct, right? Ampulla, the ampulla. I would know the parts of the colon, all 5 major areas: cecum, ascending, transverse, descending, sigmoid, and then there's also the rectum and the anus. On the lungs, the lobes of the lungs, the fissures, or the oblique and whatever the other one's called. Horizontal, and what the cardiac notch is, what the hilum is. You might know those hormones that we talked about affecting concentrated or dilute urine.
Bless you.
Do you know what the inflammation of the parotid gland is called? Used to be called, or is still called?
Parotid gland?
You know what the parotid gland is? The ones below your ear.
Isn't it
Salivary, parotid salivary glands.
It's not tonsillitis?
It is
Or-
tonsillitis.
No, that's a little different one.
Oh.
Really?
So you get a vaccine for mumps.
Mhm.
This, when the inflammation of the parotid gland is called mumps. Not too many happen anymore, but, because you get vaccines for it. It's not a really good thing to have. Neither is measles, especially the rubeola measles, which were almost eradicated, but. The two types of measles, rubella and rubeola, and my dad said when he was in medical school that they remember which one's which in severity, because most people died from complications of rubeola. He said, and they would say, "Oh my God, that's the worst kind to have, rubeola, oh my God." So they'd die from respiratory failure before they would die from the measles itself. Now we have really good antibiotics. Okay, you know how to measure urinalysis, what we use the different things for, what's the specific gravity for, all that, in case you're asked about those. The tools that we use. For respiratory, the spirometer, the wet spirometer, and what we measured.
Do you need to know the sounds, the 2 sounds?
Do you know the sound?
Well, yeah. But I don't know exactly what.
It's a little gurgling sound, but that, not so much that is what you did with the water and the measuring things that you measured. What could you not measure on that?
Talking about the lungs? Or
While you're connected, what could you not do with it?
Inhale.
Inhale.
So, inspiratory
I'm just,
volume?
but what did you measure? You inhaled, but then breathed out. So. where we're gonna take this lab practical? In that room next door. And we don't have to wait for the biology class, because they're not in there, they're in here. So we can take it at 6 o'clock. And then you'll be through for a little bit, till Monday. So any other specific questions, other than some of you wanna know what your grade is? No? Okay. Well, there your models are, so.